Hi everybody, and welcome to True Wants, where here we try to help you make that decision if it's going to change from a want to a need. If you are new to my channel, I really hope you will choose to subscribe. It's free and it's easy. It's the red button that you'll see right underneath this video. If you press it and it turns gray, you're in. It's that simple. There's also a bell beside that subscribe button that I always recommend that you press. It's called the notification bell. And what ends up happening is YouTube will notify you just once that I have uploaded a brand new video. I do upload a lot, and sometimes my videos are time sensitive, so I don't want you to miss out. So make sure to press that subscribe button, ring that bell, and you'll be in the know. Also in that same area, there is that thumbs up. That's where you guys come in. If you're enjoying the content, please take a second to hit that thumbs up. It's important for the growth of a YouTuber on the YouTube platform. So I'm thanking you in advance for that thumbs up. Okay, guys, this is something that I do periodically, and I've had so much to upload that a lot of these videos don't get uploaded until there's a space where I'm not showing you a deal or getting an unboxing, or lucky enough that a PR package arrives and I want to make sure that that gets out for the company right away. But this is something that I do usually for myself to test products and see how they're going. And then when I'm a little satisfied or I'm curious or something didn't act the way I expected it to act, I want to make sure to share that with you guys. So I'm going to start from start to finish everything that's on my face today. And then I put everything in the basket. And then at the end of the day, if I have some time to go through and I like how the products behaved on my face, I like to sit down and share them with you. So starting with the first product was the primer. This was a primer that I received in the BOXYCHARM box, and it's from this brand called LYS, and it is their Secure Skin Dripping Serum, Gripping Serum Primer. And this is one that I have never gotten into any of those gripping primers. I know that we're hopefully going to be getting one. There's been a sneak peek in reference to in future surveys and things that BOXYCHARM might be getting the Milk Makeup one, which is what started really for me learning about gripping primers. Now e.l.f. has already come out with, once a product is a big one that everyone gets excited about, like the Toucher one, they all start when the drugstore brands start trying to make dupes of those products. And now the biggest one that's going on, that everyone's talking about is from e.l.f. And they're comparing it a lot to the Milk Makeup one. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to get the Milk Makeup one in the boxes because it is an expensive primer. And there have been, like I said, some sneak peeks in reference to that. So when that happens, and if it's already happened by the time this comes up, then hopefully I'll be able to then get the e.l.f. one and then be able to compare. But this is the first time I've tried a gripping primer. And what was different for me is I'm so used to lotion type of primers or ones that when you put it on, it just glides onto your face and it just stays smooth. This goes on smoothly, but then to the touch, it is like a stickiness to it. So I enjoyed this. I thought it went on nicely, and it really, my makeup stayed on beautifully all day. So maybe there is something to these gripping primers. So I'm really happy through the boxes that I've got to learn about it. And I got to learn about it through a brand that I've really been enjoying their bronzers and other products from them. I'm excited to have the opportunity to try. So this is the LYS primer that I started with. Then I bought for myself in a kit, and I shared it with you on the channel, from MILANI, because at that time when I bought this kit, there was, the Becca one, which I share with you all the time, is my under eye primer that I wear every day. It's something that I wear even if I'm not wearing makeup. It does something for me that it hides a little bit of the darkness. I don't have a lot of darkness under my eyes, but it does something that it brightens up that area, that even if I'm not wearing makeup and I pass myself in the mirror, it's not like, oh, I look tired. It does something to brighten up that area that even without makeup, I enjoy wearing it. But there were rumors, with Becca being sold and Smashbox was going to be taking it over. And either way, it's $40 for this small little jar. And I go through them all the time because I wear them constantly. So I'm always looking for a less expensive version of that. So I wanted to try this one, and I bought it in a kit from MILANI online. And I shared that with you when I opened up that package. This is the peach one. And what I ended up doing, I did it first with a concealer brush, and it wasn't giving me the coverage that I wanted. So I decided to do it with the warmth of my finger, another layer. What was nice about this is I got what I wanted out of it, where it gave me a little bit of that brightness. It didn't To me, it is definitely not a dupe for the Becca. There's something really unique about the Becca under eye one. It has a brightening effect to it. What this did was it helped with the discoloration. It gave a little bit of that discoloration, camouflage. However, like I said, the warmth of my finger put it on. What I did like about this is it went on very smoothly. It left that area still very hydrated, and that was something that I really enjoyed. So that was the second item that I did. The next one was one that I wanted to try again because this one I've used, but it's been showing up a lot in a lot of the add-on sections, and I've been telling you guys about this for a while, and I wanted to try it again and just play with it. This goes on beautifully. This Wonder brand, for me, everything that I have tried from their brand, I have really enjoyed. What I've also shared with you is this is the foundation that comes with a huge doe foot applicator, and I love that. I love being able to put the product on, dab it all over the face, and then, use my beauty blenders to buff it out. But this goes on beautifully. To me, it gives medium to full coverage. It goes on so light, you do not feel like you're wearing anything at all. I have it in the shade medium. I think it's a really beautiful product. So if you do see this and you haven't had the opportunity to try it, I really think that you would enjoy this too. So the next item that I did, I'm trying to do this in the order of how I put it on my face, was from Item Beauty. And like I've mentioned to you, this Item Beauty brand is a brand that's made in conjunction through the sister company of IPSY, same way that Complex Culture is. And I really feel they're doing a fantastic job on these brands, that they are part of that manufacturing process to bring these to us. To me, these are very high-end products. Now this brand is now going to be available and is available at Sephora. And this was in one of my boxes, or it was in one of my add-ons. And I think it was in one of the add-ons that I purchased because I was shocked that this was a full size. I remember at the time. This goes on beautifully. Whatever coverage you're not getting from your foundation, you will definitely get with this concealer. And the reason that I'm thinking this was in the add-ons, it is in a darker color than I'm used to putting on. So this was really, really nice when I needed to get a little bit more coverage than what I was getting from the foundation, in areas where I know that my foundation likes to not last the whole day, which is my chin area around my nose, because you blow your nose and things like that, a little bit in between. But I usually use my concealers to give me that little extra brightening up around the eyes, on the nose, and things like that. This color that I have in here is one that is more for that, extra coverage if you have, a blemish or things like that. But if this is available to me again in a lighter color where I get to choose in my plus bag, I will definitely be choosing this. This is definitely one that I really think everybody would really, really enjoy. It has beautiful medium to full coverage as well, and that's what I look for in my concealers. The next one was one that I could not wait to get my hands on. And when I had the opportunity in one of the bags through IPSY to choose a By Terry product, I was over the moon. By Terry is one of those really expensive brands that when I read all my magazines, it's always one that everyone always talks about. So I could not wait to try this. So this is what I used as my all over face powder to, I didn't do an extra one under the eyes with my banana powder, which is what I usually do. I didn't do anything. I did everything with this powder. So when I opened this up, I was a little nervous because there were so many of those little, perforations inside. And then you take a little bit of that and you pour it into the cover. And then what you can do, which is what I do, is I take a beauty blender and I put it on with that, pressing it all in. And then whatever excess is on, I will wipe off. It definitely leaves no what they call that white cast or any of that. But when you put it on, it definitely is white when you're putting it on. So what ended up happening is I found it to be, and it really surprised me because I always find it's the products that I'm always looking forward to that disappoint me just a little. When I put it in the cap, you can even see it now, there's like a smoke of powder that comes out. It's overwhelming. You almost breathe it in, and to me, it really has that, because it's so finely milled. It's like, so you really have to, when you're going to use this, put it over there. And then when I put it on and pressed it in and then dusted off whatever, didn't get into my skin, it left a beautiful, beautiful finish. So I just have to get used to that when I'm going to use this, that is something that I have to get used to, that extra, it's not even a powder. It looks like a smoke because it's so finely milled. That's going to go, so you kind of have to like not breathe when you're putting this on. But the amount of how it seals in your makeup, as well as hiding any excess pores, and it didn't sink into any of my fine lines. I'm really impressed with this. It's just, I have other powders that I use from the drugstore, which I share with you all the time. The Maybelline Fit Me, it's like the Laura Mercier, things like that, never behaved like this. So this is just something new to me. So I was just a little bit overwhelmed with the amount of that powdery type of smoke effect that it gave. But like I said, the coverage at the end was absolutely gorgeous. Okay, the next item that I did was, it's something that I always do. This is a contour, and this one I got from Complex Culture, is in one of those little kits, and this one is called Overtime. This is something that I've always done. It's just how I do my makeup. I like to contour so that when I'm putting my bronzer on and my blush on, that I don't go too far down. So this is more for me to define where I want definition, and that's what I always use my contours for. You know, it might be something that, you know, people, the younger generation doesn't take that step to do, but it's something that I've always done, and it's something that I still always do. The next one that I wanted to try was from VISEART. This was one of the blushes that I got, one of the bronzers that I got, and this one was in Noisette. And I'm going to leave all the names. I'm going to try to put everything down below with the actual shadows, and if the foundation was in medium and things like that. I'll try my best to leave that in the description box down below. So this is the one that I used, and it was beautiful. VISEART is such a fantastic brand, and it is always so well packaged, and just everything about it I just love. And everything like I've had an opportunity to try from this brand has been amazing. This color was perfect. There's a color that's a lighter color than this, but I think this color was perfect for me. Then I wanted to try from OFRA, which is another brand that I've been enjoying so much. And this one was called In Sitting Pretty. And it had a couple of blushes as well as a highlighter. So I did everything first with this blush. Then I did a little pop in the apples with the pinkier one. And then I did the highlighter I used in the middle was from here as well. And I also used this highlighter in the corner of my eyes. I like getting palettes like this because you get to play. It's even better when one is a bronzer, one is a blush, and one is a highlighter, because that's usually what I travel with, and I think it is just very convenient. But everything from OFRA, I have really enjoyed, so it has always been a treat when we can get palettes from them. Then we had the opportunity that this was a choice item when I was in my IPSY glam bag, and this is also from Complex Culture, and I, like I said, have been enjoying Complex Culture, and this is another IPSY brand, and everything about it has been beautiful. So these eyeshadows, the colors I think are stunning. It's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. The only thing is there is a lot of kick up. So when I do my makeup, I always do my makeup standing up where I have this mirror. And it's because I always did a lot of my makeup in hotel rooms, and they always had that mirror that was standing up over the sink that had the magnifying on one side and then the regular mirror on the other. And what's great about that is whatever mess you're going to make with tapping your eyeshadows out or tapping your brushes out to not get any excess powder, because you should always do that. You should never go directly in and right onto your eye, because then you're taking a lot of extra time, first of all, if there's fallout, but more importantly, the blending. So what I do is I take my brush in and I tap it off right away into the sink, so that when I'm finished everything, I literally just have to wipe down the sink and I am clean. So that is the colors that we have here. So what I did was I used this to be the one that would give me that definition, you know, what they say, the transition shade. When you have smaller eyes like I do, I cheat where my eyes crease. So I do it above, so that it gives me the illusion of having more space of where I put my shadow. So that is what I do. So I use this to start my crease a lot higher. Then I use this a little bit in the corner of my eye, but middle to corner. And then I use the deeper one to give that definition. And I blend it all back in. And then this I used with a regular brush. I did it initially. The color was beautiful, but I wanted it to have a little bit more pop. And what I do with that is I put the powder on the brush and then I spray the brush. That's how I feel I save my shadows, because I know a lot of other people will spray the brush and then dip into the powder. And I've never done it that way. I just want to share with you how I do things. So what I do is I put a little bit of the powder on one side and a little bit on the other side of the same brush. And then I spritz both sides, and I use one on one side, and then I flip the brush over and I put it on the other. And it always seems to work for me. And then I use this to underline my eyes the exact same way. I use this a little bit in the corner. I do a little bit more in with the second shade, and then I finalize with this one. And like I said, I use the OFRA highlighter in the corner because there wasn't one of those colors in this quad. But when you get an opportunity to get these quads in those deals that are the flash sales, 2 for $5, or alone for $3, where you get to pick it or for one of your bags, which is what I did. These are such a win for you to be able to try to see if you like the actual product quality of the brand in these small little sample sizes. And these sample sizes are going to last you the longest time. They're also fantastic to travel with because they're so convenient. So that is what I used on my eyes today. And just to give it a little bit more definition, I pulled out the cake pencil that is from KVD, and I used it just a little bit on the top of my eyelid to give it a little bit more lift. And what I do with that is I never take my eyes, because my eyes, as you age, sometimes, and I guess with my face it has happened, you end up getting a little bit where it starts to go down a little bit. So I've never done where you see all these girls do these lines and they put them back and they look perfect and everything is up and beautiful. What I end up doing is I go in a little bit before my eye goes down. In this section right before it, that's where I start my line. So I give it a little bit of an angle up, and then I bring it all the way through so that it kind of is that illusion that it's going up. So that's what I end up doing. So this one is a fantastic, fantastic pencil. It's something that, for me, KVD and Kat Von D, it's all still made by the same company, which is Kendo, and they make phenomenal, phenomenal products for so many high-end brands. And I consider KVD a high-end brand in my world, and it is one that I always spent my money on way before I got boxes. Everything that I have used from her brand, from her liquid liners to her contour palettes to everything, has been an absolute win. And this is as well. And now that we're starting to see this brand in boxes like BOXYCHARM and IPSY, it is definitely one that I would suggest that you give it a try. So really excited about that. Then, as always, I put on, I did that for you, what I put on all the time, only when I'm sitting down here, I find it gives me a little bit more definition, but I already have full brows. My brows are still brown. This is something that I've always used, so I share it with you. It's called the Thebrowgal. It's just a regular pencil, and it has the spoolie on the other side. This one I received, it was like really, really long, and it's something that I always reach for when I know I'm going to be sitting down or having a Zoom meeting or anything like that. I'll always put a little bit of this on, so want to always share that with you. Then I could not wait to try this. This is from Persona. And when I swatched this on my hand, I could not believe the creaminess of this product. And it is exactly that. It is so creamy. It goes on so beautifully. I'm a girl that always wears lip liner. Not that I have to cheat or anything. My lips are always the size for my face, I think, perfect, that I'm comfortable with. You know, everyone would like to have a little bit more, volume and things. But for me, I've always had, the volume there. As you get older, it does go down. But I was afraid that this color was going to be too dark. But with that, when you make your outer line that you put it, and that for me was always to stop lipsticks from bleeding. That was how I started using lip liners. And I really wasn't sure about this product. So I wanted to make sure to use the lip liner first. And I'm really happy that I did, simply because this color I'm not afraid of anymore. And I think it is absolutely beautiful. And like I said, it goes on so creamy. But this product was a new product. And this is one that I'm going to have to share with you the name of it. But it's very, very small down here. The initials are DM. We had an opportunity to choose this in our IPSY Plus. And that is where I got this product. I love exploring and finding new products and playing. And this one was one that they said you can use on your eyes, you can use it on your cheeks, you could use it on your lips. One point I'm going to do that, but today I used it solely on my lips. And when I put it on, I thought it was going to dry down and it was going to dry out my lips, and it didn't. And the applicator that is on here is absolutely fantastic. It has a little bit of a tilt to it, but it also has that little hole that acts almost like it keeps all the product in there. So I literally had to go in just the one time to get this full lip, which is to me unheard of. I thought it was so, so beautiful. And it went on perfect. It didn't go on streaky. It went on creamy. It's still creamy now, but it has dried down and I feel like I'm comfortable. I don't feel like I'm wearing anything. And yet when I pass by in the mirror, everything looks like it's still in place. So really, really excited about this and excited now to try to use it, you know, and play a little bit, you know, with it as eyeshadow and as blush topper. So if you have and you got this product, I hope you will share in the comments down below if you used it otherwise, you know, not just on your lips like I did, but really impressed with that. Then another one that I have used for a while now is from Milk Makeup. I always use eyelash primers. I share that with you guys all the time. This is one that I was able to pick up in the add-ons. You know, now it's called the Drop Shop or the Mega Drop Shop. I like these primers. I got introduced to them through Lancome, through the makeup counters, you know, in a very high-end store, and when I was younger, and I never looked back. Then when I was traveling and I forgot my eyelash primer, I went ahead and went into a drugstore and I picked up the one from L'Oreal, and that one impressed me as well. So what I like about this, it's not so much that it gives my lashes anything more. What I feel it does is it protects my lashes. It almost gives that layer between the product and I don't lose any of my eyelashes for the longest time because I feel I've been conditioning them through these primers. Then what I really wanted to try today was this mascara that was so expensive, but it was a choice item and it was one that I chose for myself. And it is from this brand called IZZY, and it's a zero waste mascara. And I got a reminder email that, you know, they had a percentage off, that if I wanted to buy it and so on and so forth. I said, you know what, I should really try this to see if I want to take advantage of that sale. And it came in this beautiful package that I'm definitely going to be using. It's supposed to, you're supposed to use it and send it back as a mailer, but it was such a fantastic bag almost with a zipper, and it was places to put a brush that I think it'll be fantastic to travel with. So it's not going to be going back to IZZY. But the one thing that disappointed me in today's makeup look was this mascara. And I'm going to go through that with you a little bit at the end, and we're almost at the end, but I want to share that with you. And then the last item that I was really impressed with was this product here. And this is from the Kimchi Chic line, and it is the Stage Proof Matte Setting Spray. And this one was fantastic. It goes on, the spritz on it is beautiful. It goes on, it's a little bit damp at the beginning, and I mean a little bit, so that if you need to press it in, or you're the type of girl that likes to press it in, you'll be able to, but literally within 30 seconds, it is completely dry. And I really feel it just helped with everything, these steps that I did. My makeup, I felt, still looked good at the end of the day. So that's how I judge my setting sprays. So really excited about that. And I've been using setting sprays forever. And it's something that I always suggest that everybody does, because it really gives that little extra, you know, because you spend that extra time in the morning to put your face on. And then if you do this one little step at the end, a lot of times that is what's going to give your makeup the longevity that it needs. So in reference to this mascara, this is one that if you have it available to try, it's always fun to try new mascaras. What I didn't like about this product, and I'm a girl that loves mascaras, so the mascara for me, if I don't like what one mascara is doing, I'll add a second mascara to it. If one gives me length and one gives me more definition, or one gives me the volume and doesn't give me the definition. So I play. So I don't expect always one mascara to do it all. However, the Rare Beauty one really blew me away with what I got out of it. And I usually know within the first coat. And that's what I felt with this one. This is more if you're more of a natural lash girl. I do not feel like I have any mascara on all day, but no matter how many coats I was trying to get something more out of it, I wasn't getting what I expected. Also, the wand was really, I thought, unique, but it's so unique that it was almost weird to use. It has like an S shape to it. I'm really hoping the camera is picking it up. So I understand, you know, you place things on and they want you to wiggle it through and they want you to comb it through. But as I was combing it through, I felt like my lashes weren't sticking together, but I wasn't getting it to get any length out of it, and it wasn't giving me the volume either. And when I do my mascara, I have a back machine that I lie on, and I do my back in the morning, and if my back's acting up, I'll do it midday, and then always before I go to bed. So I have a good 10-12 minutes to be able to sit on my back. So that's when I decide to do my primer, I do my mascara, you know, so that I have the time and I'm not rushing and so on and so forth. So while I'm lying on my back and I'm doing this, the more that I had time, it was like I could have done this for another 20 minutes and my eyelashes wouldn't have changed at all from the first coat. And to me, that's, you know, if you have to work too hard for the products to work for you the way you like it to, then to me, this is one that I wouldn't recommend. So that's everything that I used on my face today. These videos are always just a little bit long, but as you know with me, I like to share and I like to make sure that my videos are informative so that when you're watching, it's nice to watch girls who are applying and do all that. I like to be able to share the information on the products because to apply foundation and watch her go back, you know, pounce foundation on her face and put concealer on and all that, to me, it's the same all the time. So I don't want to sit here and, you know, because I talk, I sit, everything is live. I then upload to you guys and that's it. So these are the videos that I try to do that I call them the MOTDs. So if you're looking for any of these videos to know if I've tried the product or if I have the opportunity to share with you about it in a separate video, those are called MOTDs. And all you have to do is go to my video area on my, my page and you type in MOTD and all of those will come up. And those are the ones that I have the opportunity to share with you when I've had the opportunity to play with the products on my face and sit down and share the knowledge with you of how the products, you know, I felt they reacted based on how I enjoy my makeup. But everyone has their own opinion. So if there's something I didn't like that you did like, that's fine. Share that in the comments down below because that's your voice. If the IZZY mascara worked for you and you have a better trick on how to use it, I would love to be able to learn that from you as well. But that's the only thing that really, you know, besides the by Terry, like all these little things, I want you to know that when you're going to play with it, what you should expect from it as well. And that's it for today, guys. So like I said, any of these videos, you can always check for them under the MOTDs, type that in, and then you'll be able to get these review videos. But they go up when I don't have something else that I feel is, you know, when a box arrives or a PR arrives or there's a deal going on that I want you to know about, those are the videos that go up first. So only when I have time at the end of the day and it was something that I was trying new, that's when these videos get filmed, but I never know when they're going to get uploaded. So if you're enjoying this video now, please take note that it was not filmed the same day that it came, that we sat down here. All right, these do pile up, and when I have that opening, I do put them in there for you. All right, that's it for today, guys. Stay well, everybody. Continue to stay well, and I will see you all soon in my next video. Bye for now.